Sam couldn't believe his eyes when he saw Emma. Now, everything was different. Sam had lost everything: his wealth, his status, and the person he had let go was now out of his reach. Sam and Emma met at a special social media influencer party. Only the biggest names in the digital world were invited, and both had earned their spots. Sam was well known for his flashy content, always showcasing the latest luxury cars, designer clothes, and exotic vacations. He came from a wealthy family. His father owned a chain of successful businesses, and Sam's life was a constant display of richness. Emma, on the other hand, had a very different story. She came from a lower middle-class family and worked her way up in social media by creating content that resonated with people. Her posts were about motivation, overcoming challenges, and raising awareness about social issues. She didn't have the glamour Sam would show on his social media platforms, but she had a loyal following that admired her authenticity and drive. At the party, their paths crossed. Emma was a bit out of place among the luxury, but she held her own, confident in who she was. Sam noticed her from across the room. She wasn't like the other influencers he usually met. There was something genuine about her. They started talking, and despite their vastly different backgrounds, they clicked. Over the next few months, Sam and Emma began spending more time together. They went on casual outings, collaborated on content, and talked about their lives. Sam found himself drawn to Emma's simplicity. She, in turn, appreciated his charm and confidence, even though she knew they lived in different worlds. One day, Sam invited Emma to a party at his family's mansion. It was a lavish affair, with high-profile guests, expensive decor, and an atmosphere of exclusivity that made Emma feel out of place. She arrived in a simple dress, feeling insecure as she saw the other women dressed in designer gowns, dripping in jewelry. Sam noticed her discomfort but brushed it off, assuming she would get used to it. As the evening progressed, Emma met Sam's parents. They were polite, but distant, their smiles never quite reaching their eyes. They asked her about her background, work, and family, in a way that felt more like an interrogation than a conversation. Emma sensed their disapproval, especially when she mentioned her modest upbringing. Sam's mother subtly hinted that Sam needed someone who could fit in with their world, which hurt Emma, but she did not utter anything at the moment. Later that night, while everyone was dancing and enjoying the party, Emma slipped away to the garden, needing a moment to herself. Sam found her there, looking out over the city lights, lost in thought. He joined her, but instead of comforting her, he casually mentioned that his parents were concerned about their relationship. Emma's heart sank. She had hoped Sam would stand by her. However, as the days passed, the tension between them grew, and a few days later, Sam pulled away completely. He blames Emma for not adopting the rich style, but Emma is shocked by his behavior and cannot understand what is wrong with Sam. Emma was heartbroken. She had developed strong feelings for Sam. Emma was devastated. She did not know what to do in this situation. She had no one to share this except her friend, who soon left for another city because of her father's transfer. She didn't let the situation take control of her mental health. She decided to give more attention and focus on her work, and she was smart enough in her social media skills. Finally, her hard work paid off. Her following grew, her social media platforms increased exponentially, and she started receiving opportunities she had never imagined. Brands began contacting her for partnerships, expanding her influence beyond social media. She was invited to speak at events, launched her own merchandise line, and even started a non-profit organization to support causes she believed in. Meanwhile, Sam's life took an unexpected turn. A few months after he broke things off with Emma, his father's businesses started to crumble. A series of bad investments and economic downturns led to the family's financial ruin. Overnight, the wealth that Sam had always taken for granted disappeared. The luxury cars, the designer clothes, the exotic vacations, all gone. Sam found himself in a completely different reality. He had to sell off most of his belongings and take up a low-level job at a luxury hotel just to make ends meet. One day, while working at the hotel, Sam saw someone who looked familiar stepping out of an expensive car. His heart skipped a beat when he realized it was Emma. She was dressed in designer clothes, radiating confidence as she walked towards the hotel entrance. Sam couldn't believe his eyes. The girl he had once rejected because she wasn't good enough was now living a life he could only dream of. Gathering his courage, Sam approached Emma. He was nervous, unsure of how she would react after everything that had happened between them. But Emma greeted him with a smile, though it was clear she was in a hurry. She asked him how he was doing, but before he could say much, she politely excused herself and continued on her way. Sam watched her leave, feeling a deep sense of regret. He realized that he had let go of someone special, not because of who she was, but because of what she wasn't in his eyes back then. Emma, on the other hand, had moved on. She had learned from her experience with Sam, understanding that some people would never see beyond the surface, but that didn't bother her anymore. She was proud of where she had come from and what she had accomplished.